watching this film. I think I'll turn it off. You're asleep and I'm trying to read, so it's just a waste of electricity. Oh, I'm glad you agree. But I don't want any arguments after I switch it off. I don't want you saying you were wide awake and watching it. You are definitely asleep, right? Right, off it goes.
What did you go and do that for?
Here we go. You were asleep.
No, I wasn't.
Terry, I just had a long conversation with you.
Well, how could you have a conversation with me if I was asleep?
Well, I talked. You snorted.
Oh, June, please, look, we're missing the end of the film.
Well, you have seen it before.
Well, that's beside the point.
About 3 times?
Yeah, I know, but, well...
What?
It's the first time I've seen it in bed, and I never remember the ending.
Well, the girl that he's protecting isn't really the dead wife. She really was killed when he thought she was. And the girl was hired by the real husband to impersonate her so that they could collect the insurance money. Now, the last scene takes place at the bottom of the cliff, and the police have got her. And she says, "I love you, Steve. I don't care what you think of me, as long as you believe that." And he says, "I don't know what to believe anymore, sweetheart. But I'm going to have time to figure it out, because they're putting you away for a long, long stretch." And she says, "Oh, Steve, Steve." And he says, "So long, sweetheart." And they cart her off in the cop car. Ee-yah, ee-yah, ee-yah. And the music swells, and the end comes up on the screen. And the BBC announcer says, "And that takes us into the wee small hours of Sunday morning. And with a last look at the clock at 20 minutes past 12, BBC Two is closing down for the night. Good night, everybody. Good night." Brrr, da, 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 da,
No, don't sing the national anthem. I shall have to stand up.
Do you still want the telly back on?
As a matter of fact, yes.
For heaven's sake, why?
Well, there might be something on the other channel. Look, I'll look in the newspaper, in the evening paper.
Look, Terry, it doesn't really matter what it is. After 5 minutes of it, you'll be asleep and snoring again.
Well, I'll go downstairs and watch it if you like.
Oh, no, you won't. I'll wake up at 3 o'clock. You won't be there. I'll go downstairs, and there you'll be, conked out on the sofa with the telly going, whee!
I don't seem to be able to stay awake the way I used to.
Oh, not again.
What?
It is one of the unsolved mysteries of the universe.
What is?
Whenever you eat biscuits on your side of the bed, all the crumbs end up on mine. Do you mind getting up a minute?
What for?
Well, so I can clear the crumbs. It's like lying on a gravel path.
Oh, I can't feel anything.
No, well, your upholstery is a bit thicker than mine. Why on earth do you have to eat digestive biscuits last thing at night?
Well, because, as the name suggests, they are aids to digestion.
But if you didn't eat them, you wouldn't have anything to digest.
Ooh, but this could be the answer to our problem.
What, crumb-free biscuits?
No, a video recorder. Look, Bisley's World of Video. They're offering a week's free home trial of a video recorder.
Whenever we have a week's free home trial of anything, it ends up costing us a fortune.
No, but we could have recorded the midnight movie and then watched it later when there was nothing else on that we wanted to see, which is most of the time these days.
Terry, we don't need a video recorder. We've got on very happily without one all these years.
Yeah, but I mean, that's no argument. I mean, if the man who invented the wheel had listened to you, British Leyden will be making sledges. But, I mean, this is free, gratis, and for nothing. I mean, if you don't like it, at the end of the week, you could send it back, and that's the end of that.
I have the final say?
Don't you always?
All right, you phone them up on Monday morning.
Oh, you won't regret it, mate. Malcolm's got one, and he raves about it. And they've got a film hire service as well. Over 500 titles. Grease, Jaws, Kentucky Fried Movie.
Terry, you're not eating another biscuit, are you?
Biscuit?
You promise me you won't eat another one tonight?
I couldn't eat it if I wanted to.
Oh, why not?
It would just roll on top of the last one.
What?
Oh, crumbs. June!
In here.
Did they bring it? They've brought it.
Yes, but I can't get it to work.
Ah, that's not surprising. A woman's mind is not geared to cope with these technological miracles.
Ooh.
Let Father have a go. Congratulations on selecting the Sonibushi Bright Star. Yeah, Sonibushi. Is that Japanese?
I think so.
I'll start again. Congratulations on electing the Sonibushi Bright Star. You have chosen well. Patronising little gits.
I think the actual operating instructions are on page 9.
June, please, you've got to approach this methodically, step by step.
Yes, but if you'll just turn to page 9 for a moment...
Step by step. Right. Now, connecting up your video recorder.
The man from Bisley's did that.
Fine, next page. Tuning into the video channel.
He did that as well.
All right. Stage 3, tuning your recorder.
And that.
Stage 4, operating your video recorder. Ha-ha, here we are.
On page 9.
Yeah, on page 9. All right. If I'd gone straight there, might have been something important.
Like what?
Well, pages 1 to 8 for a start. Now listen carefully. Don't miss a thing. With the aid of the remote control unit, you can operate the machine from the comfort of your favourite armchair. Right, let's make it difficult for them. Right, now then. Thank you. Now then. Point the unit at the front panel and depress the on button. There we are.
And nothing happens.
What?
But it's not doing anything.
Well, it's telling the time.
It was telling the time before you pressed the button.
What would you expect it to do? Burst into flames?
If you read a little bit further, you'll see that a red light is supposed to come on.
A red light will show at the side of the time display to indicate the recorder is now operation. Well, obviously, I wasn't aiming it properly. On.
Maybe you're too far away.
Yeah, maybe I am. Right, on.
Try it again.
Get on.
Try going right up to it.
Well, what's the point? I mean, it's supposed to be remote control. You're supposed to operate it from your armchair, not climb on top of the machine and do it. Remote meaning distance, far off. Like your father every time your mother talks to him.
Oh, well, at least the clock bit's showing. I suppose that could be quite useful in a way.
But wait a minute, this is battery operated. Did the man from Bisley's put some in?
He didn't say.
Well, why didn't you check? I mean, when it's not working, the first thing to do is to check the batteries.
Well, are there any?
Well, there were.
Oh, I'll go.
Here we are. The latest development in sophisticated technique. It's got me crawling on my hands and knees like a caveman.
Malcolm.
Hello, June. Teddy in?
Yes, he's got a new toy. He's in the living room on the floor.
On the floor? What is it, a train set?
Malcolm. Nice to see you. Do you notice something different?
You're shorter.
Something I've got, beginning with V.
Vertigo?
No. Look!
Oh, yes, a Sonibushi Bright Star. I've got one of those. How do you find it?
Well, I just walked in the door, and there it was.
I mean, how...
I know what you mean, Malcolm.
Well, I'm not entirely happy with the picture quality. How about you?
Well, we're quite pleased with it, aren't we, June?
Oh, yes, it tells the time beautifully.
What do you think of the picture?
On the front of the brochure?
On the TV.
Well, we haven't had time to evaluate that properly.
The truth is, Malcolm, we can't get it to work at all.
Have you been having a go, Teddy?
Well, of course I have.
That's probably half the trouble.
Thank you.
The other half is you have it switched on down here. Now, point your hand unit and press.
I bet nothing happens.
Teddy, I've had one of these machines for ages. Give me the control.
You think you know everything, don't you?
Terry, give Malcolm the control.
Thank you, June.
Well, I have the rotten unit, then.
Now you just press the hand unit at the front panel, press the on button and...
Nothing happens.
On. Can you get on?
I could have told you nothing will happen.
Yes, but why?
I haven't put the batteries back in. Well, I did try to warn you.
June, have you got something for a filthy headache?
Yes, of course, I'll get you an aspirin.
It's not for me, it's for Teddy.
But I haven't got a headache.
You have now.
What's this?
It's a report we commissioned on motivation and incentives for our sales force.
What's that in English?
Well, you know, rewards for increased selling power for our top salesmen.
We've got to make them more attractive.
Well, that's not going to be easy. They're an ugly bunch of thugs.
Not the salesmen, the incentives.
Oh.
What do they get now?
Well, each year the runners-up for top salesmen get a small signed photograph of Sir Dennis.
And what does the top salesman get?
A big signed photograph of Sir Dennis.
Well, not that photograph that you got when you were a salesman.
The very same. It's too mean to have another one taken.
Oh, that's a grim-looking thing. It'd be more of an incentive not to give it to them.
June, I was proud when I won that photograph, and I have treasured it ever since.
Oh, come on.
That is true. It has pride and place on my wall, right next to the musical toilet roll.
Yeah, I think most of those photographs end up in the loo.
Or down it.
Actually, that report has come up with some very exciting alternatives to Sir Dennis's photograph. I mean, holidays abroad for the top salesman. I mean, celebration dinners for the best region, that sort of thing.
Sounds terrific.
Sir Dennis isn't going to like that.
Well, he's not going to win it.
But isn't he going to be upset if your report says that his photograph isn't sufficient incentive?
June has a point, Teddy, so when we discuss it on Friday afternoon, you will have to handle it very carefully.
Well, of course I will. Of course. Heck, I mean, give me some credit. What do you mean? I'll have to handle it carefully. I mean, you're the head of the department.
Yes, I know, but you and Sir Dennis have such a good working relationship.
You really think so?
Oh, yes, I mean, you can say things to him he wouldn't take from anyone else.
Well, I suppose I can when you come to think of it.
Do you really think Sir Dennis is that fond of Terry?
He's not fond of anyone apart from himself. Now, the reason why you're getting away with it, Teddy, is because of Sir Dennis's opinion of you.
Oh, what is his opinion?
He thinks you're a hard-working, trustworthy, good-natured twit.
Thank you.
Out! 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 Better give me the pack.
Yeah, I still don't see why I have to go in first on my own.
All you have to do is to find out how receptive Sir Dennis is to the idea of dumping his photographs. When I arrive, if it's all smiles, I know it's safe to present the report.
And if it's not?
I see your widow wants for nothing. Now get in there.
In!
Afternoon, Sir Dennis. The meeting?
What?
The incentive report, sir.
Ah, yes. Yes, I've been giving some thought to that myself. Medford, I'm going to ask you a snap question, and I want you to answer it without thinking.
That's how I answer most questions, sir.
What do you think of that photograph?
Frightening.
What?
Frighteningly like you, sir.
All the same, I think it might be time for a change.
A change, sir?
Yes, these are modern times, Medford. I can't expect our sales force to work their guts out for a damned old thing like this.
That's what our report says, sir.
Well, I'm glad we're in agreement. So this year, instead of this old personal photograph, our top salesmen are going to receive something a damn sight more attractive.
What's that, sir?
A brand new personal photograph.
Oh, super, sir.
But that's not all.
Something else?
Indeed, yes.
What's that, sir?
It will be in colour.
Colours?
Yes, I sat for it last week. And though I say so myself, I look magnificent.
Oh, I'm sure you do, sir. But don't you think that our men would work a teeny-weeny little bit harder if they got something extra?
Extra? Medford, are you suggesting that my personal photograph, personally signed and personally presented by me in person, is not enough?
Well, sir, our report.
Don't hide behind in a report, man. It'll be in colour, remember?
Oh, yeah, that had slipped my mind.
Ah, so what else is needed?
Well, sir,
Well, come on, spit it out.
how about... How about a frame?
A frame?
It would make you look even more magnificent, sir.
A frame, eh? That's a good idea. Sit down, Medford.
Yes, I'm sorry I jumped down your throat, but I thought you were going to suggest the kind of carrot that other companies dangle in front of their salesmen.
Carrots?
Yes, free holidays, boozy parties, dirty weekends in Paris. All that sleazy transatlantic claptrap.
I take it you're not keen on it, sir.
I won't stand for it, Medford. What? Huh? Ah, put him on. Incentives should be inspirational. You won one of my old photographs, didn't you?
Yes, indeed, sir.
Yes, and do you find it inspirational?
All the time, yes. Especially where I've hung it.
And where is that?
In the most important room in the house. Sometimes I just sit there for hours. Contemplating it, sir.
Ah, good man. Ah, Brigadier. Yes, how are you? Sit. What? Regimental reunion? No, of course I haven't forgotten about it. When is it? Tonight? Ah, oh yes, well, of course it's tonight, yes. And I fully intend to be there. I've been looking forward to it. Huh? Yes, well, we'll have a long chat then, shall we? Yes, marvellous to talk to you, Brigadier. Right, goodbye. Blasted old bore. That means I'm going to miss the finals of the bridge tournament on BBC Two. I've been following it every night, Friday night, for the last 10 weeks.
I may have the answer to that, so I could record the programme for you on my video recorder.
On your what?
Well, yes, I can record pictures and sound and bring the machine in on Monday morning, and you can watch it on your office set.
My God, Medford, give me your hand. I don't care what personnel say about you. In my book, you're an absolute brick. In!
The findings on the new incentive report, Sir Dennis.
Ah, give it to me.
Everything all right?
Well...
Yes, everything's splendid. Couldn't be better.
Did you discuss the photograph?
Oh, yes, we're in total agreement about that. Waste bin's the best place for that old thing.
Well done. You cleared the ground for the new proposals.
I think I ought to say a few words, Malcolm.
Don't hog the floor, Medford. You've had your say.
Malcolm, you ought to listen.
Sir Dennis, if you don't want Medford for anything else, he has a whole pile of work back on his desk.
And you will record their programme for me?
Be a pleasure, Sir Dennis.
On your way. Crawler.
For the
last time, on your way.
On your own head be it.
And now, Sir Dennis, the presentation for the new incentives. For the top salesman, a week's holiday in Florida, America. For the best region, a celebration dinner. And for the runners-up, a weekend in Paris for two, wife or friend. What do you say, sir? Yes, and I'll let you think it over.
June!
Down in a minute.
I'll get it. Medford residence?
Hodge here.
Ah, Sir Dennis.
I can't wait until Monday to see that damn programme, so I'm going to pop round to your house tonight after the dinner. Shouldn't be much later than 11. All the decent chaps will have drunk themselves under the table by then.
11 o'clock, sir.
Oh, so that's settled then, is it?
Well, actually, sir...
You do intend recording the programme for me?
As if my life depended upon it, sir.
Never mind your life. It's a job you want to worry about.
Look forward to seeing you.
Seeing who?
Oh, Sir Dennis is coming around this evening to see a programme on the video.
Terry, he can't.
Oh, I know he's heavy going, but all we've got to do is switch the machine on and put a glass in one hand and a bottle of whiskey in the other.
Oh, we don't have one.
All right, bottle of gin then. By the time he gets round to us, he won't know the difference.
No, I don't mean the whiskey. We don't have a video anymore.
What do you mean we don't have a video anymore? We don't have a video. Video? Where's it gone? Where is it?
Well, Bisley's came and took it back.
But the week's free trial isn't over yet.
No, I know, but they phoned and asked if we were going to actually rent it, and when I said no, they came round.
You said what?
Terry, you did say the final decision was mine.
Yeah, but I didn't expect you to make a stupid decision like that.
Well, we got the video in the first place so you could record the late-night programmes and get to bed early. For the last 4 nights, you haven't been in bed before 3 o'clock in the morning because you've been up watching the programmes you recorded the night before.
What's Bisley's number?
Well, it's after 6:30. They'll be shut.
But I've got to record that programme.
Well, I think I've got Mr. Fraser's number here somewhere, his home number.
Who?
Why don't you ask Malcolm to record it for you?
Oh, well, that's a good idea, yeah. Sir Dennis gave him a terrible roasting this afternoon. This might get him back in his good books.
Here's Mr. Fraser's number, the man who installed it.
Hello, Beatty. Terry here. Do you think I could have a word with Malcolm?
Hello, Malcolm.
Oh, hello, Malcolm. Oh, thanks, Beatty. Hey?
I thought I'd find you here.
Well, that was a safe bet. After all, this is my house.
I decided I couldn't go home till I'd thrash the living daylights out of you. I'm sorry about this, June.
Why? Are you going to thrash me as well?
I wanted to settle this at the office, but you saw fit to avoid me all afternoon.
Malcolm, you're not really going to fight.
What does it look like I'm doing?
A very dull striptease.
At my old school, when a chap double-crossed a chum, it was in the gym with the gloves on.
Well, in my old school, if a bloke double-crossed a mate, they didn't get as far as the gym.
Typical grammar school fucker, eh?
Whoa, don't you dare say a word against Watford High.
Terry, don't you take your jacket off.
Are you prepared, Malcolm, to step outside?
I most certainly am.
Right. Fraser's number. Get Fraser. He's waving mad. Go home, Malcolm.
You're being very childish, you know.
Childish? I'm not standing outside with my sleeves rolled up shouting through a letterbox.
For heaven's sake, Terry, let him in. I can't hear myself dial.
Right, now, come in and calm down. And I'll pour you a large whiskey.
If I were to drink with you, I'd throw up.
All right, then I'll pour you a small sherry. There's no point in wasting whiskey, is there?
You realise you very nearly lost me my job? I mean, you baited the trap and I walked right into it.
If you had shut your trap in the first place, you would have heard me trying to warn you. Say when.
When?
Well, give us a chance. I haven't started pouring yet.
When did you try and warn me?
Well, the minute you walked into his office.
You gave me a frightful mauling.
Well, I'm sorry.
Tore my presentation pad in half.
Oh, the beast.
That wasn't bad enough.
What?
He broke my little pointer.
Mr. Fraser can't supply another video, and he's using his own tonight, but he's prepared to phone round all his clients and see if they'll record it for you.
Oh, God bless Mr. Fraser.
It could cost £10 for the tape.
Anything.
What's all that about?
Well, I promised to record the finals of the bridge tournament for Sir Dennis, but June has sent the video back.
Oh, dear. Sir Dennis won't like that, will he?
He'll have my guts for garters.
Poor old Teddy, you have landed yourself with a poo, haven't you?
Thank you for showing all this concern.
Well, since you're responsible for the poo, I mean, it's about time you had your share.
You hadn't essentially record it for me.
I'd rather put my foot through the machine than lift a finger to help you.
But you'll be helping Sir Dennis. He's coming round to see the programme tonight. If you recorded it on your video, it was your recording, and I told Sir Dennis that you had come to the rescue...
He might be grateful enough to forget this afternoon's little unpleasantness.
He might even give you one of his new colour photos.
I don't want him that grateful. All right, Teddy, I'll do it.
Thank you, Malcolm.
What time does it start?
9:30 BBC Two.
In that case, we've time for another sherry, Teddy.
Oh, you're welcome, Malcolm.
Terry?
Yeah?
Where have you been?
Just down to the off-licence. I noticed you were rather low on whiskey. Oh,
How many people are you expecting?
just Sir Dennis.
Do you think you got enough?
You think I should have got more?
Well, he will be here for half an hour.
You're right, I should have got more. Oh, if that's Malcolm, let him in. I'll get the trolley from the kitchen. Did you manage to get through to the Fraser man and tell him not to bother
No,
about
he's
the
still
recording?
engaged.
Oh, see.
Oh, come in, Malcolm.
God, this weighs a ton.
Oh, then dump it on there.
Dump it? I'm not dumping it anywhere. This is £700 worth of sophisticated, highly sensitive electronic equipment.
Well, all right, I didn't ask for a commercial.
Did you manage to record the programme?
Of course I did. When I say I'm going to do something, I do it. I don't make silly little mistakes like some people I can mention.
Oh, you are in a jolly little mood tonight, aren't you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just had a blazing round with BT.
Oh, what about this time?
Well, she invited some of her chums round to see my tape of The Sound of Music for the umpteenth time. God, it gets on my nerves. I mean, they loll around that TV, stuffing chocolates and snivelling into kitchen rolls. Anyway, they had to pack it in when I started to record the tournament.
Well, what are you going to do now?
Well, the tape's already in there. I'm just winding it back to check the recording.
You mean you haven't checked it yet?
I couldn't get out of that house fast enough, what with Beatty and those harpies hooting after me. There. Now, let's see what kind of a picture you have on your set.
Wrong programme. That was The Sound of Music.
Either that or the first bridge tournament held halfway up a mountain.
Oh, my God. Beatty must have shot the film back in while I was out of the room.
But, I mean, you have recorded the programme, haven't you?
That's the trouble. You can't record on these pre-recorded tapes.
I thought you didn't make silly little mistakes, Malcolm.
I don't.
Oh, no, dirty great blunders. I mean, Sir Dennis will murder us when he finds out we haven't got his programme.
Not me, Teddy. I'm off before he gets here.
Oh, that's not fair, Malcolm. You must stay and take your share of the blame.
What blame? Teddy's the one who offered to record a programme on a video he didn't have.
Yes, but you're the one who recorded a programme on the wrong tape.
All right. Let's compromise.
How?
We'll blame June.
Oh, Malcolm.
We'll do nothing of the sort. Here, wait a minute. You're not leaving.
I must. One more boob in front of Sir Dennis, and I'm washed up with this company.
Well, the best thing to do with a boob is to make a clean breast of it.
Terry, you'd better let him go before you drop that between you and break it.
Ah, that might be the answer. If the video was broken, Sir Dennis wouldn't know that you hadn't taken the recording.
What are you talking about?
Well, you came through the front door, you slipped on the mat, and the machine was smashed to smithereens.
Smashed to smithereens, my video?
Well, not smashed to smithereens exactly, but enough to put it out of action and get sympathy from Sir Dennis.
It's a pretty drastic answer.
Drastic, he's demented. This cost me over £700.
Well, even better. I mean, money's the one thing that Sir Dennis understands.
Yes, but £700?
Well, I'll cheaper the price if you're going to save your job. Now, all we have to do is drop the machine.
I can't, Teddy. I just can't.
Not even for Sir Dennis.
Not even for Sir Dennis.
Sir Dennis!
My video!
Darling, are you all right?
Oh, don't worry. Oh, crumbs. Oh, look, let Sir Dennis in while I'm still limping. Oh. He wouldn't be unkind to a cripple. Is it broken?
How the hell do I know?
Well, perhaps we better lift it up and drop it to be on the safe side.
No, we don't, you lunatic.
Terry!
Sir Dennis!
Mr. Fraser has managed to get a recording of the bridge tournament.
What?
Isn't it marvellous?
Marvellous. We smashed my video for nothing.
Well, not for nothing, Malcolm. It could cost you a small fortune to have that put right. There's the phone. Might be for me. Shan't be a second.
Mr. Fraser, do you know anything about mending video recorders?
Medford Madhouse, residence.
Podge here.
Sir Dennis?
Listen, that dinner was so damn boring, I decided to slip round to the club and watch the programme here. Hope you haven't gone to too much trouble on my behalf.
Trouble? Broken video? Broken foot?
What?
I think it's going to be all right.
What?
The video's still working.
What the devil's going on there?
Well, Sir Dennis, it's a hell of a long story.
And now on BBC Two, the finals of Atlantic Bridge.
There you go, sir. These are very sturdy machines. You'd need to take a sledgehammer to bust it up.
Don't give Teddy any ideas.
There you are, Mr. Fraser. That's the money for the tape and a bit extra for your time and petrol.
Very kind of you, Mrs. Medford. And if you change your mind about joining the video revolution, you just give me a call. Good night, sir. And thanks again for this.
No, not at all. Don't mention it. You're welcome. What was it?
I gave him £12 for the tape and a little for his trouble.
Oh, that's terrific. That is £12 down the drain. Sir Dennis saw the programme at his club.
The selfish old swine. He might have phoned earlier.
Oh, never mind, Malcolm. At least now you can go home and Terry and I can have an early night.
Oh, no, we won't. I made the mistake of telling him the whole story. We shall be up till about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Why?
Sir Dennis insists on coming round.
To see the bridge tournament a second time?
No, the Sound of Music for the first time.